Adding power and losing weight, isn't that the holy grail of cycling? Well, it's certainly one of them, and I see lots of riders start their journey with great intentions, but they fall into traps. Sometimes not deliberately, and sometimes they're unaware their bad nutritional habits are really holding them back, more so than they think. Well, in this video, I'm going to share a short extract from my latest video podcast where I start to look at those pitfalls and start to look at people who fall into that calorie deficit in order to try and lose weight, but really starts impacting on their training. Hey, if you're not already accessing the video podcast, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then you'll know when I go live, which is every Monday night, 7 p.m, where over the next few weeks, I'm going to be covering lots of topics around nutrition and recovery. So let's dive into this video and I'll give you an idea of what the podcast is all about. We've got a great chat tonight. I'm going to go over things very carefully. Lose weight, put on power. It is, as has been rightly said, the holy grail. A couple of ways we're going to go about this. My way is pretty unique. You're going to find this a little bit different. I'm going to ask you to think deep into your soul, what motivates you, what drives you, and what has formalized a couple of things in your life. I mean, you're going to be like the little mouse who's just got a little bit of cheese, and you're going to want to come back every single night and get a little bit of that cheese. Increase power, you need more calories. Decrease weight, you need less calories. Coach, is that a riddle? Are you trying to confuse us? So what do I mean? Increase power, I need more calories, Scott. But the whole thing is I need to calorie control my diet to lose weight. And if I'm trying to increase power, I just got to train more, haven't I? I've got to train more specific with power. And it's not. All bullshit. But they're making their easy sessions too hard. And this is impacting on the longer efforts. Therefore, they're not punching enough to make the bigger gains. Because they haven't got a clue about what success and failure is. They've been led by the wrong metrics. And this is, I trust me on this, people. I've been around for a long time. This was not a problem for most, amateurs who were racing before Strava. Before Strava came out and people would share data. I believe Strava, for a lot of people who are let's say they are pre-positioned psychologically to be very influenced by the attitude or the influence of others in their judgment. Okay? Think about that, right? When we didn't share, it was uploaded where? Your legs. Legs versus lungs. Who loses, who wins? Who wins the fight? Your fight. Your struggle. What goes first? So this is really important because if the legs go, right? So what I mean by the lungs is your CV system. So your CV system linked to your heart rate, your heart responses. So remember, indoors, outdoors are going to be different. Indoors, we're going to have a higher temperature, so there'll be a bigger response to the heart rate. People that do poor warm-ups will have a less agile heart rate. Outdoors, the legs go when? When fueling is an issue. So when fueling becomes a problem and we can no longer maintain the chemical reactions needed to create the key intensity for the muscular contractions, the legs will start burning, but the heart rate doesn't respond. The heart rate's saying, hey, I'm only in zone 3 here, but my legs feel like I'm goosed. Now, obviously, there is an element of fitness involved in that. Yeah, but for most people, it's fueling. It is an absolute 100% banker that their fueling strategy, pre, during, and post, is wrong. Now, when it's the lungs go wrong, this is usually a pacing issue. Athletes believe they're stronger than they are, and they're not. They believe that they were who they were 6 months ago, a year ago. Oh, I used to ride every day. I'll get that. And they go out and they go too hard. And then they usually end up exploding, turn and go home with the tail between the legs, deem the whole thing as a failure, have a long response time to deal with that failure. And by the next time they go out on the bike, they do the same thing again. Okay, so legs versus lungs. This is an equation that you're putting up there with success and failure. Because Here's the scenario. You've gone out for a ride and your legs do burn. When do they burn? Normally it's going to happen in a long ride if you're fresh. It's going to happen after 90 minutes to 2 hours if you've got inappropriate fueling. It's going to happen in the second day if there has been a ride over that 90 minutes to 2 hours the previous day with poor fueling, or if it was a really hard day and there's inflammation left in there. Okay? But the fueling is so important. But hey, you're not fueling, are you? Because you're trying to lose weight. Yeah. You've decreased your calories. You've gone below the magic 1200 for women and 1400 for men. As soon as you go below that, you're dropping into metabolic shock. You're therefore staying catabolic longer, which means inflammation, immune system suppressed. You're just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. But you're training. And your brain's telling you, no, this is good. I keep going, I keep pushing. Oh, great. I've lost half a stone in a week. No, you haven't. You've lost fluid, you've lost hydration, you've maybe drained out your lymph system, but yeah, you haven't lost as much fat as you think. Legs and lungs. But what do you do about it? Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and remember, if you hit that subscribe button, it may be your question that's getting answered in the next podcast. You stay safe, keep spinning, and keep smiling. And remember, anyone can train hard. There's only a few of us can train smart.